Here now is Matthew Whitaker, former acting attorney general. Matthew, good to see you. Okay, so you look at this story and you think about the chaos at the border and you see that chaos migrating up now to these cities that call themselves sanctuary cities, but they can't handle this, Matthew. The infrastructure can't handle this. The taxpayers can't handle this over time. What do you make of what's happening in some of these cities that talked a tough game before the problem landed at their doorstep?
Yeah, it's good to be with you, Brian. And what I see here is just another magnet that's going to draw more folks across our southern border. It's funny how people like Mayor Adams in New York City and Mayor Bowser in Washington, D.C. don't understand that the reason for these immigrants in their cities that are causing this real pressure on social services is from Democrat policies and Joe Biden's failure to secure the border. But, you know, this is, I guess, their version of sanctuary cities where they hand out, hard-earned American tax dollars to folks that have just arrived, oftentimes illegally, into our country through our porous southern border.
So this has kind of turned into an Eric Adams and Greg Abbott sort of match here. Take a look at what those two have to say about each other. We got the SOT on that. No sound there. Okay, well, let me summarize it for you then. Adams has talked a pretty tough game about welcoming these migrants to the city, blaming Abbott for sending. We've got it here now. Let's take a look at it.
What the Texas governor is doing is just so anti-American.
Have you spoken directly to the governor?
No, I have not.
New York City is a self-declared sanctuary city. And so why he's ever complaining for one moment about these people being bussed into a city goes against his own self-declaration of being a sanctuary city.
Sanctuary city sounds good in theory, Matthew, but it does not work in practice. I think that's the argument right here, and Adams is backpedaling. Do you see him having to face the reality and change course as this continues?
Well, I think he's facing the reality right now. Remember, the thing that's going to come with these additional immigrants that are many times homeless and have no prospects of work is you're going to see crime rising, and while New York City is already experiencing violent crime increases, you're going to see even more. And so these sanctuary cities, remember, won't take violent illegal aliens and return them to their home country. They return them to the neighborhoods and the streets. And with the policies that, Mayor Adams knows well are really denigrating the entire city, I just think they're in for a world of hurt. But, as our country was founded on shared sacrifice by all 50 states, and this is another example where it can't just be Texas and Arizona and New Mexico that bear this burden.
I want to switch gears just for a second.